All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations and much love to you brothers out there pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. I just want to do a quick video that I came across this article this morning entitled June 2nd, which I believe it's a couple days ago. And it's on RT, and it's entitled "Peace is a cliche. When the West cannot control the world unopposed, it means war." Okay, and the West is referring to mainly the United States. Okay, you know they refer to the Western world as over here in the United States. Sometimes they do refer to it Europe as the Western world, but really it's America, or the Western world. Okay, but nonetheless, I'm gonna read a good amount of this article and then go into some scriptures to show the hypocrisy of these devils. All right, which is the so-called white man. All right, the so-called white man is Edom, Esau. All right, according to the Bible, your true nationality, your biblical nationality is your Edomites. All right, you're not Caucasian. All right, you're not European. All right, you're a damn devil. And you're an Edomite, all right, Adawam in the Hebrew, Adawam. All right, you stem from the man called Esau, the twin brother of Jacob, the wicked, evil twin brother of Jacob. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and read this. The West likes to think of itself as a truly peace-loving part of the world. But is it? You hear it everywhere from Europe to North America, then to Australia and back to Europe. Peace, peace, peace. And we're going to bring out, matter of fact, let's just go to it real quick. This is, because that's what America likes to push out, peace. Oh, we're trying to bring peace to the Middle East and this and that. That's a bunch of bullshit. All right. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right, and that's what people are saying now. Oh, we need peace in the world. Well, guess what? The Lord's about to bring destruction upon this place. But for this scenario, okay, for this article we're reading, let's use it as whenever they say, "Oh, we need to bring peace into that region," all right, then that means they're gonna go in there and bring nothing but war. All right, look what happened to Libya, to Iraq, Afghanistan. All right, look what they're trying to do in Syria. All right, they're talking about, oh, we need to bring peace into that area. All right, bring a democracy, bring stability, stabilize the region. But really, their goal is to destroy that place and reap them of their resources. Okay. It has become a cliche, a catchphrase, a recipe to get funding and sympathy and support, and that's what it is. They use these smooth words, okay, to make you people think that what they're about to do is right, is actually right. When in all reality, they're just getting you people on board, all right, to fund it, so they can go in there and kill innocent people, okay? Well, not innocent, but kill civilians, okay? Go get resources, okay? You say peace, and you really cannot go wrong. It means that you are a compassionate and responsible human being. Every year there are peace conferences taking place everywhere where peace is worshipped and even demanded. I recently attended one as a keynote speaker on the west coast of Denmark. If a heavy-duty war correspondent like myself attends them, he or she gets shocked. What is usually discussed are superficial feel-good topics. At best, how bad capitalism is and how everything is about oil. Nothing about the genocidal culture of the West. And that's 100% right. This guy, whoever wrote this article, that's 100% right, because the West is a genocidal culture. Look what they did to the Negroes, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. They try to commit genocide on us, man. They try to wipe us out from existence. All right, the so-called white man did this. And you people in the rest of these nations, what do you think was going to happen, man? See, because y'all were all confederate with one another. All right, y'all all co-signed with the so-called white man, talking about you Africans. All right, you Arabs, you gooks. All right, all y'all co-signed with the so-called white man, and now he's showing his horns. Now he's fucking you damn idiots up. What do you expect? Look what he did to the children of the Most High. You didn't think he was gonna return the favor unto you? You know? Nothing but nothing but continuous centuries-long plunders and benefits that virtually all Westerners have been getting from it. All right, because just like we say that the so-called white man has been getting a white privilege, and their children is benefiting from now. The same thing with the pillaging they're doing around the world. All right, America is receiving the benefits of it. Okay, because as long as they continue to pillage the world, no one's gonna try to fuck with them. That's what they think. All right, but here it is that the Lord is rising up these nations to come against America. All right, even it's gonna be eat 'em on eat 'em crime. All right, so-called white men against so-called white men. All right, the Russians are gonna come and bombard America. All right, the European Union, the NATO, they're all gonna turn their back on America. At worst, it is all about how bad the world is. All people are the same, cliche, and that's bullshit. All people are not the same, but that's what they push out. All right, because they want you to think that everyone's the same, because they don't want the true children of the Lord to find out who they are. So they push out this nonsense that everybody's the same, which is clearly not the case. Take a look at the entertainment industry. Look at the sports industry. It's clear that everybody's not the same. Who's the best at everything, man? It's the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true Israelites of the Bible. All right. And also, there are increasingly bizarre, uninformed outbursts against China and Russia, which are often labeled by Western neocons as threat and rival powers. And see, because China and Russia they are rival powers. All right. And those are the ones that are going to destroy America mainly. All right. They're going to be leading the charge. Most importantly, Russia. Okay. So they're not talking about peace in these peace conferences. Participants of these gatherings agree peace is good and war is bad, but there's nothing but war. America has been involved in war for centuries. All right? There is no peace, man. Like we read, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come in. And we in the time of the sudden destruction coming upon all the world, man. All right? The Lord is about to make his return. All right? And he's setting up the stage beautifully, man, because he's about to bring a total atrocity to this world, man. You want to talk about genocide? You're going to see what that feels like. All right. This is back in this. It says this is followed by standing ovations and patting each other on the back. Few heartfelt tears are dropped. However, reasons behind these displays are rarely questioned. After all, who would be asking for war? Who'd crave for violence, terrible injuries, and death? I tell you who, the so-called white man. All right, the Edomite according to the Bible, because he loves blood. Let's see if I can find this scripture real quick. This is Ezekiel 35:6. Well, I started 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. All right, who did that to the children of Israel? The so-called white man. The same person that's doing this today, going around the world and bringing violence to everybody. All right, because it said, who'd crave for violence, terrible injuries, death? Who'd want to see leveled, charged cities and abandoned crying infants? It's the so-called white man, the one that rules the world. All right, verse 6. Therefore, as I live, say the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. So what? Who's Mount Seir? Is Esau, Edom. Okay, the so-called white man. Since you love blood, and it's evident that you love blood, you love seeing bloodshed. Okay, look at your track history. Okay, you came in the late 1400s to pillage the indigenous people of this side of the world. All right, you brought the so-called Negroes over here and pillaged them, raped, robbed them, or murdered them, and shed blood all over this land. It's evident that you love blood, man. So it's the same man doing this today, man. They ain't changed. These devils haven't changed. All right, but then Why do we not hear too often that peace speech pouring from the devastated and still de facto colonized African or the Middle East countries? Aren't they suffering the most? Shouldn't they be dreaming about the peace? Or are all of us perhaps missing the main point? Exactly. So, the poorest countries in the earth, the ones with the war constantly going on, why don't they have a word, a voice in these peace talks, these peace conferences? It's because they're the ones getting pillaged. They're the ones getting destroyed. They're the ones getting robbed of their resources, man. It's plain and evident. But what? Like I said, these Africans and these Arabs, all right, the East Indians, all right, they're the ones that help sell us to the so-called white man. So guess what? The Lord is bringing this upon your own head, bringing it back right back to you. All right. Let me jump down. When it comes from the lips of the Westerners, is peace really peace? Is war really war? Are people in that free and democratic West still allowed to ask such questions? Or is the war and peace perception just a part of the dogma that is not allowed to be questioned and is protected by both the Western culture and its laws? And that's what's going on, man. You can't speak evil of what America does, because everything in the eyes of these people, or everything in the eyes of these American people, is right in their eyes. So like, oh yeah, there's soldiers out there protecting our freedom. They ain't protecting our freedom. They're out there pillaging villages and raping women and shooting innocent children, blowing random shit up. That's not protecting our freedom. Who the hell's coming over here blowing shit up, man? All right, let me jump down. He talks about what happened in Haiti. They're over there operating on this woman with local anesthetic when there was a hospital, military hospital, 2 miles up the road. Here it is. But what you cannot stand is hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is bulletproof. It cannot be illuminated by correct arguments, by logic, and by examples. Hypocrisy in the West is often ignorant, but mostly it is just self-serving. All right, because that's what it is, man. Logic over here is a bunch of hypocrisy, because people don't like to realize the reality of things, man. All right. And if you don't want to go with what they say, if you come up against America, then they say that you want war or what? Okay, if you don't abide by the devil, then he says that you're a terrorist and you're rebellion or whatever. All right, then they'll set up a false militia just so they can get a regime change. All right, let's read here. The price for such peace. How many? Let's go down. Peace is when the business interests of the West are not endangered, even if tens of millions of non-white human beings would vanish in the process. Peace is when the West can unopposed control the world politically, economically, ideologically, and culturally. War is when there is rebellion. War is when the people of plundered countries say no. War is when they suddenly refuse to be raped, robbed, indoctrinated, and murdered. And that's what is going on around the world right now, man. Look what happened in Libya. Afghanistan, Iraq, and so on. All right. When such a scenario takes place, the West's immediate reaction to restore peace is to overthrow the government in the country which is trying to take care of its people. And that's what's happening in Syria in this very day. To bomb schools, hospitals, to destroy supply of fresh water and electricity, and to throw millions into total misery and agony. That sounds like what they've been doing to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans for decades or centuries. I don't know what y'all talking about. Now y'all just getting a taste of your own medicine. All right? Of all you other nations, man, you heathens. The hell with you. All right? As the West may soon do to North Korea, to Cuba, to Venezuela, and Iran, some of the countries that are being for now only tormented by sanctions and foreign-sponsored deadly opposition, and the Western lexicon peace is synonymous to submission, to a total unconditional submission. Anything else is war or could potentially lead to war. All right, so that's what this is all about, man. That's the hey, you know what? Let's get this. Go to the scriptures, man. Because these devils got something coming for them, man. Just go to Job 9 and 24. This is why they're able to do all that. All right, Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So the scriptures say that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, so the Lord, the Heavenly Father, gave over this earth unto the hand of the wicked for a time. All right, and that time is coming to an end. Because how do you know that they're the wicked? Because they changed the faces of the judges. They changed the face of the one people inwardly called Jesus Christ, which was a so-called Negro. All right, they made him look like a pale white woman. All right, with long stringy hair. You know, that's not what the Lord looks like. All right, they changed the images of the Israelites. They said they were white people. They put those gutter rats, those imposters over there in our land. All right, so if the so-called white man is not the wicked, where and who is he? Who's the one going around pillaging villages, destroying nations? All right, who's the one in the power with the money? All right, who owns the majority of the lands? It's the so-called white man. Okay, who do you go to get some money? A loan? Because you can say, oh, well, China's doing this. Well, guess what? Where does China get their money? Does not China have a China central bank? And who do you think owns that bank? It ain't no damn gook. Okay? So what? The Lord has the wicked in possession of the earth right now. All right? They're in control of the earth right now. So let's see what the scripture says. This is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So if the righteous would be in authority, so if the so-called white man was a righteous person, people would be rejoicing. There wouldn't be wars. There wouldn't be people starving. All right? There wouldn't be people raping children. There wouldn't be people having sex with animals. There wouldn't be forest by the acres getting demolished just to build houses that nobody buys. Okay? So the earth, the people would be rejoicing if the so-called white man was a righteous man, but he's not. Let's read on. It says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And the people are clearly mourning, man. Just take a look around the world, man. The people are mourning. The earth itself is mourning. So that goes to show you that the man that's ruling right now is the wicked. All right? And who's ruling the earth? Job 9:24. The wicked. All right? And the wicked is beareth rule right now, man. So it's clear that the people are mourning. Because this guy's a damn hypocrite, okay? This so-called white man's a hypocrite, man. Job 20, I think it's 5. Okay. Job 25, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. All right, so this is a short rulership that the so-called white man has, man. The joy of his hypocrisy is just for a moment, man. He's coming to an end. The rulership that he's been given, the dominion over the world, is coming to an end. All right, because he's a wicked, hypocritical, piece of garbage, man. He's a turd. Okay, he's useless, man. The only purpose he serves is to be evil and be wicked, and he played that role to the T. All right. You know, I can give the so-called white man a hand for that. And give him a round of applause for executing his job perfectly, man. To be the wicked of the earth. All right, this is Psalms 55:20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. See, that's not only did he do that to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay? He broke all the treaties that he did with the Native Americans and the indigenous people of the islands in the South Central Americas. All right. He's doing that to you heathens now. You other nations that helped him put us in captivity. All right. According to Psalms 83, the nations have made a tumult. They're confederate with each other. You know, so they all came in cahoots with the so-called white man to take us down. But look what the damn devil's doing to y'all now. He's putting his hands forth against y'all. All right. Verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. All right, so that's the same way he did to us, man. He came over here. His words were smooth as butter. Oh, look at this. We got some sheets for you. You know, we could do this. We could do that. Give him some musket guns. And then little do you know, they were coming to commit genocide on you, man. Trying to commit genocide. And now they're doing the same thing to these heathens. For what? For resources, man. For more power. For more strength. All right. But war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. All right. So yeah, the so-called white man will talk real smooth. Yeah, oh yeah, we're gonna bring peace in the Middle East, this and that, whoop de whoop, and then boom, war's in his heart. He's really trying to set up the stage so he can go to war with you, man. Okay, the same thing he did with the Israelites, man. Now you heathens are getting a taste of the devil, you know, because y'all allowed him to come take us down and do all these atrocities to us. And look, the Lord's allowing him to do things to you now. Look what he's doing to you, to them people over there, man. He's utterly destroying them, man. And good for them. Good riddance. They deserve it. The hell with them. All right? Because that's why the scripture tell you not to trust your enemy, man. This is the enemy of the world. Esau, Edom. The so-called white man is the enemy to the world. All right? Look what he's doing to the world. He's destroying it. All right? Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So don't never trust your enemy, man. No matter what he says, man, because his words may be smooth as butter. He might be portraying one thing, but in his heart, there's war, man. Because just like iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So no matter what you do, the iron's always going to rust. So no matter what he says or what he does for you, all right, he's always going to show his wickedness. He's always going to show them horns at the end of the day. And now it's very evident who the wicked is, man. It's not a trivia question. All right, Psalms 52:2. Thy tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor working deceitfully. All right, and that's what these damn devils do with all their words. They're always on TV talking all these things. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna bring peace, we're gonna help these people out. But really, they're working deceitfully, man. They got a real agenda behind all that, man. They're not trying to help nobody but themselves, man. The rich get richer by helping themselves. They're not helping anybody else, man. That 1% don't get rich and stay rich by helping everybody, man. So they got to lie to you and tell you deceit. All right. Verse 3. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. A lie, man. And that's what the so-called white man is all about, man. He loves evil, man. He loves to do evil. He loves to lie to your face, man. He ain't about righteousness. There's not one righteous bone in those so-called white men. All right. The Edomites. They were programmed to be the wicked, man. All right. So y'all can continue to say peace is peace and this and peace that. Y'all gonna be cut down into pieces, man. All right, and the Lord's gonna bring death and destruction here real soon to the streets of America, man. Because America has brought death and destruction to everybody. All right, so the Lord's about to bring death and destruction to these streets, and then ultimately the Lord's gonna destroy this place with nuclear missiles. All right, ICBMs is gonna hit the shores of America and utterly consume this place. All right, Ezekiel 7:25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. All right, so destruction is on its way, and it's too late to seek peace. You can't have peace. The Lord's bringing destruction. With that, Shalom.